It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and we'll have a rematch of Super Bowl 26. It's the Bills and the Commanders next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, a very happy new year to all of you watching this one. Joined by Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, saying hello for the first time in the new year, Brock. And also, as we end another regular season, this is our penultimate contest before the old NFL calendar flips a page and our postseason arrives.
And this is where you want to put your best foot forward to begin one year and end another. Your New Year's resolution. Start the calendar year off right and give all the effort you got. Empty the tank over these last couple of weeks. And end this regular season playing the best football you've got in you.
Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick. Memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with a loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated taking snaps here this week.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing on their first play. Finds Kincaid. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Now the shotgun give to Spears. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Receiver in motion, headed right. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking for a throw here. Gets out of trouble. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Now looking to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And third-year signal caller.
And you could feel it, Kate. He wasn't content at any point of last week's game. As he led them to a win, he kept pushing higher and higher. 300 yards, 350, 400. And he was still thriving, driving the ball downfield as the game ended with a good bit over 400 yards. With this mindset, well, that's the minimum bar to attack this week.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Setting up a throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bills and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10 now. This ball's caught by Spears. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Dropping back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Barrels in for the touchdown. to make this a 13-0 game. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. No return on that punt, and the Bills will take over possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. From the gun, a give to Brooks. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Man in motion out of the slot. Trying again, following the sack. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Second and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have two choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable third down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
The Commanders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And with just this and one more game to go this season, he's 2 good weeks away from leading the league in passing yards for the year. Broke through the tackle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18 at the Bills' 32-yard line.
Another try following the sack. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back. 3rd down coming up. Throwing off the play fake here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right, things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
Punt team on the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes for 36 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2. They run once more with Spears. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Here comes the field goal unit now for the Bills. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Past midfield at the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first. They're set up at the 35 now. They bring a tight end in motion right. So we've reached the end of one on the first day of the new year. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Landover right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Completed to his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. He's dropping back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Pass play coming here. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 20-zip lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Has a man. It's Brooks. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go play action here. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Spears trying this straight ahead. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's how to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He breaks the tackle, and before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The home teams returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. They'll run here on 1st down. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 37. Dive in, and he gets his hands underneath for the catch. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Motioning the tight end now. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Putting a receiver in motion. From the 43. We've got a screen to the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
He's got it at the 6. Touchdown, Washington. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide. Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
On the option, they give it to Brooks. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They kick the running back in motion. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Slot man in motion left. Looking to throw again on second down. Cut out left. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. And for the Commanders, a fifth defensive back out there. They're going nickel on third down. Back to throw. It is caught left side. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that lowers the gap to 25 points.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders with 1st and 10. He'll throw it. Finds the in route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Pass play on 1st and 10. He's got a man left. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Brought in right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. 3rd down. Back to throw now. Hits his running back. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come up 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. This throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. He'll throw it yet again. And he sails that one over the end zone.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick.
And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get more points to end a lopsided first half. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders continue piling on to this lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. All right, some adjustments in store, no doubt about that. They're headed to the locker room trailing as he kneels to end this first half. That's the half, and what better way to start our new year than with some football. Great first 2 quarters here. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Giants who are out in front. The Giants seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. C.J. Stroud has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Caleb Williams, 2 touchdown passes thus far. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. It's a design boot. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hauled in left side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 16 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll look to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
The Bills set to take over offensively. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. Spears running behind center. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. They send him left out of the slot. To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Short pass brought in. And he gets this forward to the 19.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield, and you're taking that short completion.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. A handoff to Spears. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills start the second half with some needed points. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills will trail by 25. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 29-yard line.
Pass play now. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that will not be enough for a first down. Third and just 2 to go. Looking to the air here. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They go play action on first. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Back now, pressure on its way. Completed over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the Bills' 20-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space.
And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders trying to end this before the final quarter. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders tack on 7 more to their lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. They got the job done their last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's a throw. Complete to Coleman. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He finds Kincaid. And he'll get it up to the 44. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Spears on the carry. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. They're going to stay on the ground with Spears. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down. He's going to throw this one. Completed here to Spears. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Terrific zone coverage. Wallpaper sideline to sideline. QB's got two options. Wait for a hole to open or tuck it to run. He chose the former, but the pass rush showed up before any throwing lane did.
The Bills with a punt team out there. And they could really use a good one here. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And behind their leader out of the backfields, this is exactly the type of game that this offense can have when it's operating in top gear.
It is just so nice when you know you've got one of the better backs in the league that you can rely on, really lean on when he's having a great game. You don't see too many guys labeled true bell cows anymore. But when he's in the zone, he's absolutely one of them.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They're throwing it. He fires one deep down the... They connect on the deep shot. Into the red zone. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders stretch their lead on the final play of the 3rd. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers. And sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders continue adding on to that lead. So that brings us to the end of 3 on New Year's Day. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Throwing now on 1st down. Finds Kincaid. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They motion the slot man right. From the 30 on 2nd down. Complete out to the right. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. To throw it on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. They're set up at the 35 now. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. That sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll try and throw it here. He's got it. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Pass play on 1st and goal. And he has the touchdown through what looks like some defensive pass interference. So I think, Brock, thinking this catch should stand.
Pass interference. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty.
That penalty is declined.
Unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
A gain of 30. First down, Bills.
They'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
One of the tight ends motioning left. 2nd and 13. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's going to put big gain downfield. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Throwing off the play fake here. Throw left side, complete. And they bring him down around the 34. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running back sent in motion. Here's 2nd and 5. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, now that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And they continue to trail by, well, Brock, a whole lot more than a field goal.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one doesn't go far. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They've got a man in motion. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's caught at the 4. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
He was taken down.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. Running for it again. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Now looking to throw. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Commanders running them out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem? Defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Man in motion here. Trying again, following the sack. And this one's up there, but a little too far up there. Looking for Keon Coleman that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. setting up a throw. Gets this to Kincaid. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
To score this as a win for the Commanders. And this thing of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.